Right now, while you're watching this video, half of America is secretly bankrupt. They wake up, go to work, smile at their neighbors, but their credit cards are maxed, their savings are empty, and they're one emergency away from losing everything. The stock market just hit all-time highs. Billionaires are richer than ever, but your grocery bill doubled, your rent went up, and your paycheck stayed the same. Something doesn't add up. And in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, how it started, and why 2026 might be the year everything breaks. If you care about your money, your job, or your future, you need to hear this. There's a metric economists don't talk about much in polite company. It's called the K-shaped economy. And if you want to understand how a recession actually starts in 2026, you need to understand this one weird letter. Because recessions don't announce themselves with a press release. They don't show up in GDP numbers until 6 months after they've already destroyed your neighbor's life. They start quietly, in grocery stores, in credit card statements, in the unemployment line at 9 in the morning on a Tuesday when you thought your job was safe. Right now, in January 2026, that quiet beginning is already happening. Most people just can't see it yet. Let me show you what a K-shaped economy actually looks like. Imagine two families, the Johnsons, the Martins, both middle class, both worked hard, both did everything right. The Johnsons own a home they bought in 2019. They have a 401k that's been invested in index funds for 15 years. Household income around $150,000. The Martins rent. They've been saving for a down payment for 5 years, but prices keep climbing faster than they can save. Household income around $70,000. No stock portfolio. December 2025. The Johnsons check their retirement account. Up 42% since 2023. Their home value up 30%. Total household wealth up nearly $200,000. And they didn't do anything. The market just handed it to them. Meanwhile, the Martins open their credit card statement. Balance $11,000. Interest rate 21%. Rent went up $400 this year. Groceries cost twice what they did in 2021. Their car insurance doubled, and their wages up 3.8%. Same family, same country, same economy. One is thriving, the other is drowning. That's the K. One line goes up, one line goes down, and the distance between them is getting wider every single month. Here's the uncomfortable math nobody wants you to see. Consumer spending drives 70% of the entire U.S. economy. Everything. Jobs, growth, corporate profits, stock prices. It all depends on people buying things. But in 2025, something strange happened. Total consumer spending went up. The economy grew at 4.3% in the third quarter, best growth in 2 years. Economists cheered. But if you look closer, the celebration makes no sense, because the spending wasn't coming from everyone. It was coming from one group. The top third of earners increased their spending by 4% in November 2025. The bottom third, less than 1%. Translation: rich people are spending enough to make the economy look healthy. Everyone else stopped buying anything except the absolute essentials. Bank of America tracks spending across millions of accounts. Their data shows something most economic forecasts completely miss. Higher income households, wage growth around 4%. Lower income households, wage growth around 1.4%. Same labor market, different realities. And it gets worse. The top 10% of Americans now own 67% of all wealth in the country. The top 1% owns 31%. The bottom 50% combined own about 3%. Do that math again. Half the country, 3% of the wealth. And people wonder why Dollar General reported that 60% of their new customers in 2025 were households earning over $100,000. Wealthy people are shopping at dollar stores now, not because they have to, because even they can see something is breaking. Let's talk about jobs, because this is where the K-shaped economy turns into an actual recession. The U.S. added 50,000 jobs in December 2025. For the entire year, 584,000 jobs. Lowest annual job growth since 2020, when the economy shut down for a pandemic. But here's the part that should terrify you. Layoffs are still low. The unemployment rate is 4.4%, historically normal. Companies aren't firing people, they're just not hiring anyone new. It's called a low-hire, low-fire economy. And it sounds fine until you realize what it actually means. If you have a job right now, you're probably safe. If you don't have a job, you're screwed. The average time someone stays unemployed, 26 weeks, 6 months. That's not a gap between jobs. That's a crisis. This is how recessions actually start. Not with a bang, with a whisper. It starts when the bottom 50% of earners stop spending entirely. They've already cut back on everything except rent and food. But eventually, they can't even afford that. Delinquencies turn into defaults. Defaults turn into bankruptcies. Bankruptcies turn into bank losses. Regional banks start tightening lending standards. Small businesses can't get loans. They stop hiring. Then they start cutting hours. Then they start laying people off. And suddenly, the low-fire part of the low-hire, low-fire economy becomes a high-fire economy. Unemployment ticks up to 5%, then 5.5%. Consumer confidence collapses. And now, the wealthy start to notice. Their portfolios drop 10%. They feel poorer. Wealth effect in reverse. They stop spending on luxury goods, vacations, renovations. And now the recession isn't just happening to the bottom half, it's happening to everyone. So, how does the recession actually start? Not with a bang, with a whisper. It starts when the bottom 50% of earners stop spending entirely. They've already cut back on everything except rent and food. But eventually, they can't even afford that. Delinquencies turn into defaults. Defaults turn into bankruptcies. Bankruptcies turn into bank losses. Regional banks start tightening lending standards. Small businesses can't get loans. They stop hiring. Then they start cutting hours. Then they start laying people off. And suddenly, the low-fire part of the low-hire, low-fire economy becomes a high-fire economy. Unemployment ticks up to 5%, then 5.5%. Consumer confidence collapses. And now the wealthy start to notice. Their portfolios drop 10%. They feel poorer. Wealth effect in reverse. They stop spending on luxury goods, vacations, renovations. And now the recession isn't just happening to the bottom half. It's happening to everyone. So, how does the recession actually start? Not with a bang, with a whisper. It starts when the bottom 50% of earners stop spending entirely. They've already cut back on everything except rent and food. But eventually, they can't even afford that. Delinquencies turn into defaults. Defaults turn into bankruptcies. Bankruptcies turn into bank losses. Regional banks start tightening lending standards. Small businesses can't get loans. They stop hiring. Then they start cutting hours. Then they start laying people off. And suddenly, the low-fire part of the low-hire, low-fire economy becomes a high-fire economy. Unemployment ticks up to 5%, then 5.5%. Consumer confidence collapses. And now the wealthy start to notice. Their portfolios drop 10%. They feel poorer. Wealth effect in reverse. They stop spending on luxury goods, vacations, renovations. And now the recession isn't just happening to the bottom half. It's happening to everyone. So, how does the recession actually start? Not with a bang,
with a whisper. It starts when the bottom 50% of earners stop spending entirely. They've already cut back on everything except rent and food. But eventually, they can't even afford that. Delinquencies turn into defaults. Defaults turn into bankruptcies. Bankruptcies turn into bank losses. Regional banks start tightening lending standards. Small businesses can't get loans. They stop hiring. Then they start cutting hours. Then they start laying people off. And suddenly, the low-fire part of the low-fire economy becomes a high-fire economy. Unemployment ticks up to 5%, then 5.5%. Consumer confidence collapses. And now,